get to train the dogs again, Miss Marcia?
Then you prove yourself not to be an incompetent idiot.
Amicus animae. I see. Maybe next 10-day, then.
I'm under strict orders to speak to no outsiders. I am also forbidden from receiving scratches, scritches, and belly rubs.
Woof! A charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels? It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs and makes more of a mess. Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
Said you'd do whatever it takes.
You again? It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs and makes more of a mess.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now. I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard. I'm not surprised. Gomwick always indulged him. And he's got a spark in his eye I don't like. Looks lively. Take the useless mutt if you're so inclined. I'll have nothing more to do with him.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning. Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
You got rid of her. I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she ever did. I promise.
Thank you for making Mistress go away. She was horrid.
I need a quick word.
I'll do a...
Mistress is gone. Mistress is gone! I mean, such terrible news. She will be missed.
A new face! Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed. Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
You sense there's more to his anxiety than a few missing letters.
Oh, well, one of the missing letters is my own correspondence. A personal matter, nothing serious. But you can understand if people think I can't even deliver my own letters, I'd be finished. Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them, I can tell you that much. You do that? Well, if it's not too much bother, yes, I'd appreciate the help. Bring me the letter, unopened, of course, and I'll happily compensate you for your troubles.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Something over there.
The Duke. Ravengard, I think.
This is
I heard he's a good man.
material.
Let us talk to him, please.
Fascinating. Our readers will be out. Ah, are you trying to get into the city? Got a minute to tell me about your experience at the gate today? I'm Lens, roving reporter for the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. My editor sent me to cover the drama out here at the gate. He wants some fluff piece about the heroic Steel Watch keeping the mob at bay, whether or not that's the truth or not. That the refugees here are desperate, hungry, scared people. They're no mob. They just want to be safe. I've heard the rumours. Absolutists marching from Moonrise Towers. Whole towns felled by strange curses. It's no wonder they ran. Of course, I can't write any of that. My editor only releases stories his friend Lord Gortash approves of. And he's very selective. Oh, they know some of it. Most would rather bury their heads in the sand anyway. Saves them the bother of feeling responsible. I'll try and get the truth across. Who knows? Maybe a line or two will meet Mr. Needle's approval. I won't be holding my breath.
We don't need your kind. Our
Conrad is dead.
refuge
This does not bode well.
outsiders. Sir, you need to stay.
Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on! The Absolute!
Poppycock! Enemy propaganda designed to confuse simple minds. Pah. Not your fault you fell for it. You need a strong leader like myself to see the wood under the trees. I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day. Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. We're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
Vlakith's but late. I wish I knew a good Githyanki cheer to celebrate the occasion, but the only gift.
I've no need of a wingman. Commander Lightfeather will give you your briefing.
A little wet under the wing for our unit. The commander will soon straighten you out.
Leave me be, Groundwalker. I've reports to prepare. You'll want to watch out for the enemy's observation post, of course. Tallest point around these parts. It used to make a bloody awful racket, but it's fallen silent. No doubt our enemy has claimed the territory.
The Duke. I heard he's a good man.
If you could just...
We have the Duke's bolster.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. He had nothing to do with his death.
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy.
All into his embrace. Salve all suffering.
By allowing his faithful to suffer the most.
Watch the shadows. Hardly a challenge.
Let's get going. Best be on my way. I should... No, this is good. That collar looks familiar. Does this cat belong to Gale? A private word would be nice.
Glad to see I'm not the only one. Mazel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such... Oh! Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I back in the thick of things at last? Quite ready for you.
No one back home will ever believe this. Can't slow down. Something good here, I hope. I should speak up.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He always took good care of me.
Mr. Dakarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favourite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here. She isn't my Tresim. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons. Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dakarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
The air is ripe with magic.
Looking ahead. Should mind my step. Always at your side.
Damn! It can't have been easy for Lae'zel to stand up to Vlaakith like that. But there's nothing that woman can't do. You know, I'm up for it, but your party's a little full. Excellent.
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and that's without our fine silverware. Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime's belief. As for us, best we stay out of interplanar politics, I think. Orpheus is on his own. But should great Vlaakith come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her. Undying or not, she was very loud. You'll need to free up your ranks a little first. Then let us... Nature's servant awaits.
does...
Vlakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlakith I has a Bart of Vlakith been anointed. Another empty promise. I'm listening.
Never wanted the easy path.
Nothing more against Father Lorgan. I've nothing against.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlakith. It seems like you have ample company already. You'll need to... Wonderful.
My son. He's only a boy. You must understand. I thought we'd be safe in the gate. I heard the stories.
Well, all you want. We've got enough mouths to feed. We don't need your kind.
Our kind?
Take it somewhere else.
Here we go.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? Thank the gods! Unopened as well. Oh, what a relief. My customers will be most pleased. Here's your fee. As promised.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around. Well, do you have the means to support yourself?
My good lady, I am Will Ravengard. I will not pay to enter my own city.
Ravengard? Ugh, more like the ghastliest tiefling south of Neverwinter. No refugees. It is decreed. Then you don't need to be in the city. Next!
Outraged.
Please, my son.
Footprints. And whomever left them went straight into that cave.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If
boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery?
Ah, there you are. Good. We need to strategize. Wulbrin is planning something. Lots of moving parts. I'm still trying to suss the details myself. Some. But what he has planned is unthinkable. Maybe you can help him see sense. Someone has to.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope. As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while the city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wulbrin, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking. It's liberation. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution.
Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the belly of the beast? Be my guest. But their idea of diplomacy is a steel fist shoved where the sun don't shine. So take the bomb. Just in case I'm right and you're wrong. As long as you see sense, I don't care when you see it.
The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of watchers in no time.
Soldier.
My faith will guide me.
Don't burn yourself.
Can't give up now. Breathe deep and move. What's up for discussion?
You'll be getting a mouthful of sparks at this rate. Unless you've got any decent metal on you, I'm not only if you're quick. Now let me get back.
Here goes nothing. Still alive, so that's progress.
You there!
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldur? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
Got a moment?
And if a patron
I've got work.
confuses me for a member of staff,
I'd probably break his nose. Good boy.
You know,
looking for lodgings? Don't bother. All the decent places are gone. Damned coronation.
You there!
Why does World Crossing have so few lodgings? We need at least a double bed.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bunk with 10 other people. None of them has sticky fingers. Den of decadent delights. Better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of a nick.
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be? Come back soon.
The librarian does this thing which I'll do it on all fours and
Whatever we need. What do you have?
I don't mind it.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't.
Oh, honey, we should stock up.
Welcome to the Caress, an oasis of pleasure. An elf, such temptation. I loved many in my day, but never one so fair. Grace, elegance, just waiting to be shattered. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Sweeting, are you blushing? There is no shame in pleasure, even less when the pleasure is pain. It's Fion you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
I put it on especially for you.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sharess's Caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon. Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Don't know about that, chum. Hoots Hooch packs a stronger wallop than all 10 of my knuckles. Could beef you up, sharpen your tongue, or knock you out cold. No telling till the first drop hits your gullet. Damn! The man knows what he wants. First one's on the house. So, don't come bawling to me if your big toes fall off or your tongue coils in a knot. My business is slinging tankards, not hoarding secrets. I'd like to keep it that way. But you poke some folk hard enough, they're bound to squeal. And Mamselle Elmira there looks about ready to burst. Charesse Caresse, the Mamselle's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't.
I don't understand why there's such a place. A drow or a drink, sweeting. There is no thirst. Nisha, our lovely nymph. She's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn. We've done something wrong.
My favorite trip. Perhaps if you lost a... Well, in that case...
Never a dull moment.
New guy in trouble.
Have to keep going.
You got that right. Gold.
9 hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now? What? How? 9 hells? Whatever you think, you know, I'm sure some gold would help you to forget. Please don't. What do you want from me? It's not my fault. I was forced to do this. Framed even. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now. I can't tell you. I won't tell you. All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Verloga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise, they'll kill me. I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there. Tell them Uncle Philogia sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
You can't be serious. They'll find me. A cell won't keep me safe. They run this city. All right, I'll go. But if I'm found hanging in my cell, it'll be on your conscience.
You can stare as much as you like.
My. I can tell you are a special one from a single glance. You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
I used to work as a courtesan back home, and my sister as an artisanal masseuse. But men are treated like dogs by the Underdark's matriarchs, so we fled.
We found surfaces crave the body of a drow like a drug. Life is easy in our line of work. Perhaps, once we have saved more gold, another adventure will begin. We've had busier days, but life is comfortable here with Mamza.
Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type. Ugh. Thank the gods. I've had too many miscreants think my kitchen's just another themed playroom. I suppose, if you're willing to pay for it. Now get out from under my feet.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face.
No time to rest.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? While that is startling, it still doesn't disprove my theory that Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, does it? That's what you need if you want to change my mind. Hard evidence. A reason, too, if you're at it. Why was Lorgan killed? That doesn't make sense. Why would this dwarf kill Father Lorgan? I need something more than vague allegations. I want something compelling, hard, tangible evidence, and nothing less. That's quite the discovery. Doesn't tell me everything, though. Why was Lorgan killed? Could doesn't quite cut it here, I'm afraid. I need a solid, provable motive. Come back when you've got some real evidence.
Pleasure isn't just physical.
On my way.
I sense some hesitation in you. Speak.
Watch your back.
Do you two have rocks for brains? What were you thinking?
Nymph's Grotto.
A crooked touch.
I'm not going inside.
Pleasure house? Den of decadent delight?
Blood? No, never mind. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. Change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
put out?
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers, and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. Who? Oh, yes, Jara. I will miss her coin, it's true. Though perhaps this is not what you meant. Free your mind of her. Let us look forward, never back.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens, and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Not sex. Something far more intoxicating. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be? You are more than contented. You are at total peace. Your belly is full. No more will you hear the clang of steel on steel.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
Don't waste the step.
In a brothel. Brothel? Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights?
Careful, I lied. How for a skeleton key?
All right, what now? Moving in.
Everyone does. But what I
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone is Shires's caress is
I'm sure you'll find me. To feel her fingers grip yours in pure ecstasy. Look, Shires's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, it's inert.
Hand it over. Much more than your fate and mine rests on it. You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing, can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore.
Huh. What's the catch?
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away. Which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free. The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and Cars's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use...
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
I am no mortal, and I do not fail. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world. I won't stop you. But time is running out. So, don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. Raphael. Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you? Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea. And what did he offer you in return for bringing it to him? I am glad you had the sense to turn him down, but it certainly does matter. Anything that threatens our alliance threatens our chances of defeating the Elder Brain. So I ask you again, what were the terms of the deal he offered you? An horrendous deal. Imagine a crown of sufficient power to dominate an Elder Brain atop a devil's head. You would be trading one apocalyptic event for another. Thank you for telling me. And now, we must... The devil is like a cockroach. I doubt this will be... I trust that you will continue to remember. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
I have a lot on my mind.
I'm listening. This hammer. Could it be? Yes. Yes! This is how we will free the Prince of the Comet! This is the key Voss so ardently and courageously sought. That smug shkacketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear. Our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again. The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus.
The tadpole reveals your mind to Lae'zel. She knows you refused to bargain with Raphael.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why? I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the brambled path. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic Hammer and use it to smash the True Heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Krashet. The Githyanki will be free.
Making me sweat.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I'm listening. Make space, and my might is well chosen. Action, not reaction. Eager for battle.
efficient path. Let's have a look.
I'm ready.
Indolence breeds madness.
What to do?
Mate, it's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian does this.
Voss is waiting. He should know what happened with Raphael.
Light on my finger.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone is...
Someone there? With pleasure.
Got a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. Time to press ahead. Anything of use?
So, no deal with Raphael. I wouldn't want to give him the satisfaction anyway.
What if there's food shortages? Rationing?
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To fill her fingers?
Down with her whip, where you're on a foot playing.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir. I did not come this far for you to turn your back on the First Mother's son.
Githkar Tavkim crashed. You put your trust in me, Voss. I plan to honor it.
Yes, and it seems I have no choice but to trust. There is but one prism, and you are its key. Find a way to retrieve the hammer and free Orpheus from the prism. I will assemble his remaining honor guard and plan our next actions. Together, we will yet free the true heir of Gith's blessed empire. He will free us from Vlaakith and lead our Kithraki against the Geich. Istik, I will wait in the underground. Seek me when you have the hammer in hand. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you. A devil of Raphael's stature does not simply make camp on the shores of the Styx. He will have made a sanctuary for himself, a lavish one too, one that caters to his many vices.
The House of Hope. We must find a way in.
The House of Hope, you say? I couldn't ask for a name more fitting. Every house has an entrance, Istik, even those in the Hells. You must find it.
You are wasting your time, and mine. Our true enemy is the Elder Brain. Focus your mind there.
Hey!
You paid.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical.
But keep your guard up with her.
We need at least a double bed.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
I found so many victims for Cazador here. They're the kind of people no one would ever miss.
You do so.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again. Does that excuse being rude? Excluding folk? Come off it. They wouldn't let me in. Spouted some tripe about my sort and absolutist murderers. I only wanted to sit down a minute. So did I. Let me show you. Pleasure doing business.
Pleasant folks, from what I...
Just think, soon we'll feel the sun on our skin.
Probably break
After all this time. Not long before we leave scouring.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. The landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you. How dare you? Accusing an upstanding citizen like me of being a dwarf? I'm a halfling, you oaf!
Haven't we lingered long enough? We should return for the ceremony.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you.
Sun on our skin. After all this time.
Stupid bridge guards. Should have dumped a lot of them.
Scouring places like this behind. Part of me will miss them.
I want to have a word.
What do you reckon, lad?
You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? Aye, I'll second that. It's alright where we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? Ah, it's no good, I tell ya.
Candlekeep. Maybe even art.
Oh, I'm sure he had plans.
Are safe, my love.
We have time. The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing happens until he's found.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free. You can't mean that.
He's playing mind games. He can't raise a hand to the Master, let alone kill him.
You have no idea what I can do. Where is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
Fine. You owe your wretched life to my friend. Now tell me what I need to know.
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all. Do you really think you can stop him?
I'm the only one who can. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I don't need to fear him anymore. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. You sound surprised. I am capable of doing the right thing from time to time. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. Trust me, I'd rather slaughter someone else's family, but if that's what it takes. And it's not like their sweet innocence. They brought Cazador just as many victims as I did. You're not getting sentimental, are you? I thought you were with me on this. Then we'll deal with it. It can't be worse than everything else we've faced. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair.
All-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it.
Look, Teresa's caress isn't just... It's dancing, dinner,
Trust no one. Simple.
No one's stopped me yet. Blood near the bed.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
I know this key. It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels.
Hear me out. Teresa's caress also has roots.
We are not staying in a brothel.
It's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks, from what I hear.
And if a patron confuses me for a member of staff,
I'd probably break his nose.
why does grass crossing have so many bins? We need at least a double bed.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can find 10 other people.
These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too.
Better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity.
those organs in these vials. Oh.
I'll give it a shot. What's inside? With haste.
In a brothel.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks. From what
Confuses me for a member of staff.
I'd probably break his nose. Good brains.
What's that?
You haven't even gone inside yet. Listen, few spare beds.
Shadow.
Great! We can
Such a
ton of a
grim name for such a beautiful flower.
Could you not stare so blatantly in my neck when you say that, please?
Oh, but do keep calling her flowers. So lovely.
I presume you've found something interesting to discuss, if you're interrupting me again? A Baal plot? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
Give it a good rumple.
With ton of a people, and pray none of them has
Seems like a good moment to talk.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art? Do come again.
Oh, we should hit Rivington next. They might have something.
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for? If you're hungry...
They won't care about
Up there, Danthorland's dancing axe, the Harper's safe house to hero.
Keep me for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry.
Stitching on this leather armor is sublime.
As if any of us would be so fortunate. Imagine seeing your
Yes,
watch
darling,
for
it's
the first
very
time.
leather-like.
My heart flushes at the thought.
Do you not like it? I'd love to see one of them in a fight.
Well,
At least interesting.
dinner with my parents, remember?
Over here! Me!
Put him up! Put him up!
Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me! Your fist, silly. I'm trying something out. My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter? Sure. I'll just raise my fists and... it's no use. I can't do it. Guess old Narber's more of a talker than a fighter. Right you are. I'll just find something to punch, I guess. It won't hurt, will it? No, surely not.
Seems like a... Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To feel her fingers grip your...
Ahoy, stranger! Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gums. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for? Ugh. If it's empty patty you want, get your clothes from a brother Figaro. But if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after, Calm's Gums as you covered. A killer? That's... gods. I've no love from my brother, but that's extreme. He doesn't deserve that. Thanks for warning me, but it's him that needs warning, and he never listens to me. You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I did. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick. Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, you want clothes or not? Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit. Remember. Belt, perhaps. That'll work, actually.
Seems like
leather like
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To feel her fingers
one of them in a fight. A real fight. They crush everyone.
my parents, remember?
Need something like this. Price. Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
the lips, the tongue. If you're right.
There's food shortages. Rationing. We can't.
What I wouldn't give to meet the Gondian who invented the steel watch.
Welcome to Danthelon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little clap. How may I be of service?
So Bal's Odin is that good.
Exactly. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, He's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should level. You'll need to free up your ranks a little first. Then let us...
Greetings, sir.
Oh, you can turn off the charm, Entharl. He's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key. Ha! Clearly you do not know our Harper Most High.
I wouldn't say that. We've traveled a long road together in a short time. The others will be taking their ease here. Entharl has been known to shelter Harpers when they need it.
Entarl has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today. To buy? You're already my favorite. A pleasure. Jaheira needs more friends like you. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. God's forbid we do any business today.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes. Hi, Harper. Standing beneath Seluna's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's using Seluna's tears as some kind of code.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
problem with Marcus, of course.
We didn't end on the best of terms.
We'll do it my way. Let's play.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
This feels good. They won't know what bit them.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Onward. Concentrate.
Let's find some prey. On the way.
No choice but to keep going.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch.
What path lies before me?
You told me the armor was with Baldur.
Did I get it right?
Seluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper, but yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead, evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult. Hi, Harper. They're part of it. Ballists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rajamar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice.
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! High Harper, please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else? This work isn't for everyone, boy, and there is no shame in that. Go home to your mother and leave the task to us.
Yes, High Harper.
Just Jaheira to you now. Go on. I have all the help I need. Orin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. A good question. I don't have an answer yet. So let me offer an apology instead. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
The name is as familiar as Jaheira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
But few know of his fate, I think. I had hoped to keep it that way. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not... As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
Open up.
You lot have cracked another bloody cask.
They're dead, Entharl. Doppelgangers were using them as bait.
Seems they snared more than they could skin in you. Did Geraldus survive?
Alive. But they harper no more. He's better off out of it.
Likely you're right. I'll tuck him up tight till I can ship him back to his mother. What are you going to do?
Continue the hunt.
Aye. Silly question, I suppose.
Go on. If the Steel Watch come poking around, my brother and I will earn our coin.
Remember?
How long did this armor was such a bargain? Darnish.
It depends on the person and their virility.
Now here's someone who appreciates the... Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no? Aren't they just? What can I do for you, sir? Everything alchemical from potions to poisons. Just do make sure you read the label. Be sure...
Better not be cursed.
What a day. Time for discretion. Quietly.
I've got a long road ahead. One day I'll catch a break.
Tried to climb up one, you madman!
What now?
Can't give up now. Need to find a way forward.
What I wouldn't give to meet the Gondian who invented the Steel Watch.
Let's go to Kalmsgard.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
The Gondians built the Steel Watch.
Yes, but they were which makes him the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and
Some good old-fashioned cotton.
It depends on the
To meet
person
my mother and father.
and their virility. For you, I'd recommend 2 doses.
2? That seems like a lot.
Do you not wish
Something's
to
on my
pleasure your
mind.
fine maiden? To feel... If you are in need of some pleasurable assistance,
I'd like to see one of them in a fight. A
Well,
real fight.
no shopping for us.
I sense
client
some
mediation.
My parents, remember?
Speak.
His armor was such a bargain.
Darnish.
That's really genius.
Whatever for? Does the hand not... they can.
Shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and asked for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad.
Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to...
Even the venerable Harpers are compromised by the Absolute's poison. A grim turn of events, but one we must take in our stride.
I'd be delighted. Those? Wonderful.
Ready and willing. Let's go.
Never a dull moment.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? I am free from... You must face them.
These boots have seen everything.
I applaud your taste. That way.
How much farther can I go? Already feeling better.
We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves, before anyone else does. How can I help?
Seems simple enough.
How did you? It's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his Netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketherick's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An Elder Brain enslaved is one thing. An Elder Brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Duke Stelmane, or Belin, as I knew her. I wasn't ready for her death. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Belin was different from my relationship with you. I see that you are unable to let that go. But do not forget that I trusted you with my life, as you trusted me with yours. Manipulation or not, we need each other. My relationship with Belin was similar in this regard, though less dramatic. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Belin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. Astute as ever. You think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. Belin thought the same at first. You are wrong. Feeling is vital to the pursuit of anyone's goals. Even a mind flayers. Like you, mind flayers know fear. Like you, we crave recognition. But unlike you, unlike the others of my kind, I am no slave to either. My end is and always has been freedom. Belin understood this. Belin became my freedom. I won't, but I could do with your assistance. You remain attached to your physical form. I suggest you shed that attachment. We will do better against the Elder Brain the more illithid we both are. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus.
What's on your mind?
Go on.